Don't be giving me some story about you wanted to save up that $1,000. That's blarney. That's a story. That's made up.
We go to Siren, Wisconsin for a status conference. 30-year-old Nicholas Butkus Taft has been charged with criminal trespass, criminal damage to property, resisting or obstructing an officer, and disorderly conduct. A year earlier, around 2 a.m., police say Butkus Taft broke into a local home. The couple who lived there heard him and called police. When officers arrived, they found Butkus Taft bleeding from injuries he sustained while climbing into the house through a window. Butkus Taft initially resisted officers, but was eventually taken into custody. He was released on a $500 personal recognizance bond with the conditions that he have no contact with the victims and pay restitution for the damage caused to their home. But when Butkus Taft failed to appear in court, his bond was raised to $1,000 and a warrant was issued for his arrest. He was picked up about a month later. And today, Butkus Taft appears from the county jail before Judge Melicia Mogan to hear if his bond will be revoked. He's represented by attorney Zachary Fisher.
Mr. Butkus Taft, why weren't you in court?
Your Honor, I take full responsibility for it, but it was an honest mistake. My kids were home from school that day, so I just lost track of time. It was unintentional, but it was my responsibility to make that court date.
When did you find out you had a warrant? You should have found out right away.
Yeah, I was aware of the warrant. My train of thought was, I'm the only one working, my family. I just wanted to keep going to work and then pay that the $1,000 cash bond so we could move forward with this case. Like Mr. Fisher said.
I don't believe it.
Okay.
Your hearing was on February 6th. You knew you had a warrant.
I know.
You weren't picked up until March 11th, over a month. Don't be giving me some story about you wanted to save up that $1,000. That's blarney. That's a story. That's made up. You could have turned yourself in and you could have said, you know what, Judge, I messed up. You could have done that and you could have done what you're doing now. Baloney. Baloney right now. I don't believe you. So in fact, I'm raising bail to $2,000. You had from February 6th until March 11th to figure it out, to turn yourself in, to have your attorney ask the court for leniency like you're doing now. But you didn't. You didn't. You should have thought about that on February 6th. You should have thought about that on February 7th. You should have thought about that on February 8th or 9th or 10th or 11th or 12th or 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, or so on. You should have thought about that. But now you are because you are in jail. So now you got to figure out how to come up with $2,000.
Bond was set at $2,000. And 2 months later, Butkus Taft accepted a deal where, in exchange for pleading guilty to criminal trespass, criminal damage to property, and disorderly conduct, the resisting arrest charge was dropped. For the criminal damage charge, he was given a deferred sentence of 18 months. For the remaining charges, he was sentenced to 18 months probation and must pay $11,720 in restitution to the victims.